start off with what exactly is in your hand and how did you come by it?
Okay, so this is a Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel edition, presumably from 50 years ago when the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel was opened. It's of the Virginian-Pilot, and my dad gave it to me about 10 years ago. So I've never opened this. I got it and I brought it into the Pilot, and I always had in mind that, you know, there was going to be a 50th anniversary and maybe that would be a good opportunity to open it up and see what was inside of it. As you can see, it's decaying around the edges. Every time I move it, some parts of the outside kind of chip off, and I'm not even really sure if I'm going to be able to open each individual page when I get this off, but we'll give it a try. I have thought about this before, so I think I can slide the actual newspaper out of the sleeve, and after 10 years we'll finally see what was the date. And so there's the sleeve right there, and so it is the Virginian-Pilot, April 11th, 1964. 248 pages for 5 cents. That's a pretty good deal by today's standards. 248 page newspaper, wow. So there's a story about General MacArthur's son having come to Norfolk. Not surprisingly for 1964, the story below that is U.S. snaps at Soviet for limit on travel. It's in remarkably good shape considering it's 50 years old and it's paper, right? A poetic take on the tunnel, a strand of lights over the bay. I don't really see too much more in here. Let's see what else we have. Oh, they're okay. Palmer fires 68, leads Masters by 4. So now there's a whole other thing here, maybe. Wow. I mean, really. Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, the dawn of a new era in Tidewater. We salute the men of vision whose efforts made this great project possible and the engineers and artisans who carried it to completion. So that's a section. I think this whole thing is really, the whole thing is a special edition. It's page after page after page. Well, this is really a monumental task, second only to the building of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, probably. There are, you know, section after section that are a special edition here. I don't even really, it's going to take me a long time just to look through them. And each section has multiple sections of newspaper within it. So this section C right now is probably the same amount of newsprint that you get in today's Washington Post or Virginian-Pilot or something like that. And then there's another one and another one. There are at least a dozen sections, probably 16, you know, with the wrapper and everything. And I think what the outside say, 256 pages. So that's 256 pages of news and advertising. They must have, I'm guessing, planned this out, you know, as we know, months ahead of time. And everybody on the newspaper, every single person on the newspaper was probably involved in this.